Hi, I'm Mike with Fusco Senior Associates. Thanks so much for visiting our webpage and our blog about the CG 2010 1185 endorsement. Now, you're a contractor, you've been bidding lots of work, you're working hard to grow your business, and you've been awarded a job. And now, all of a sudden, your client's asking for a CG 2010 1185 additional insured endorsement, and you don't know what that means. So, the CG 2010 1185 refers to the month and the year that the form was drafted. So November 1985, making it an old edition of the CG 2010. And in the 1185 edition, the entity being named as additional insured is covered for liability arising out of your work. Now, your work meaning the work as you, the contractor. And in this edition, your work means both ongoing operations and completed operations. Now, in forms later than the CG 2010 1185 edition, so in newer forms, newer than November 1985, the language changed to only insure the additional insured, the entity named as additional insured, for liability arising out of your ongoing operations. So no longer your work, but your ongoing operations. So effectively, the new editions removed the completed operations coverage from the additional insured by replacing the definition of or replacing your work with ongoing operations. So let me give you a couple scenarios about how this could affect your additional insured's coverage on both the 1185 form and the newer edition. So let's say you're building a brick wall for a client. In the process of building the wall, you drop bricks. Maybe you're on the side of an incline or a slope, and the bricks drop down and damage cars below. There's a line of cars below. The bricks fall and damage all the cars. Now, the owners of the cars sue the property owner, which is your client, the person that you're building the bricks for. If your property owner, if your client was named on the CG 2010 1185, they would have coverage under the ongoing operations language of the form because it happened while you were doing the work. Also, if they were named on a newer edition of the CG 2010 1185 or the CG 2010 form, newer than 1185, they would also be covered, because it pertains to ongoing operations. The coverage pertains to ongoing operations. Now, let's say that you leave the job, you complete it. 4 months later, the wall fails and the bricks fall down and damage the same line of cars. Now, in the event that your client is sued, under the 1185 edition of the additional insured form, they will have coverage or they should have coverage, but as long as the policy is written properly. But they will have coverage under the form because it covers completed operations. Okay, so your work, remember, refers to both ongoing and completed operations. In a newer edition, they will not have coverage because it only covers ongoing operations, and as I told you before, effectively remove the completed operations coverage from the additional insured endorsement. Okay, so try to keep it as simple as possible. I know there's a lot of insurance language and lingo in there, a lot of form numbers, and I try to keep it simple. But if you have any other questions or if you're still confused, give me a call directly. I'm happy to explain in further detail. My number is 858-384-1507. You can also complete the form at the bottom of our blog or the link in our YouTube description on the YouTube video, and we will connect you with an agent here at the office who can also help. We insure lots of contractors who've been doing this a long time, and we want to help you get the correct coverage. Now, keep in mind that the 1185, I mentioned this before, it's difficult to get. You can almost guarantee that you're not going to get that broad of a form on any new residential projects, especially multi-unit. So if it's townhomes or condos. On commercial work, it's a little bit easier. There are equivalents to the 1185. You might see in your contract that the client asks for the CG 2010 1185 or an equivalent, such as the CG 2010 2037 or 0704. All stuff that we can help you with also. So we look forward to speaking to you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.